Now that you have an idea how to use the Lucy and how to use it in the one orientation where you stand looking down through the view hole, I want to show you another way to use the Lucy where you look forward at the subject. And this is a way, both ways work really well. I actually prefer the sitting looking straight forward at the subject way for a lot of reasons. It can be more comfortable. The lighting can be a little bit easier to use. If you're having any difficulty with lighting or seeing the subject properly, try this orientation where you're sitting looking forward at the subject, and you might find that a lot of your issues get resolved just because you're flipping the Lucy on its head, and it flips a lot of the lighting issues on its head and sometimes can resolve them for you. So I'll show you how to do that. Just loosen the thumb screw in the bottom just slightly. Don't remove it, just loosen it. Pull the Lucy head off. Then before you had it here with the looking down to your drawing surface, just flip it so the view hole is now facing you. The logo is facing up. Then reattach it. And after you've reattached, turn the Lucy head like this so that you're kind of looking through it like a telescope at your subject over here. And what you'll see is that you can sit more comfortably, kind of just sit down here like this. And what you'll see when you look through here, rather than seeing a ghost image on your paper, now you're looking at the subject and you see over your subject a ghost image of your hand. You see your ghost hand and then the ghosted paper here. And so you can look through there and you can draw with your ghost hand. It's regardless, this is always something you want to experiment with because you may prefer it, different situations you may prefer it. And it is really kind of a fun way to use it because you can just kind of sit here and look forward and everything else is the same. It's really intuitive. Once you start drawing with it and just saying draw with your ghost hand, it doesn't necessarily make sense when you hear me saying it, but once you do it, you're like, oh, okay. I can see my hand over there. I'm just gonna draw with your ghost hand. And the same principles apply that I talked about before, drawing the other way. Just sketch everything that you want, leave out what you don't want, and just work until you have a good sketch. And highly recommend that you try the Lucy looking forward, sitting, looking forward to the subject, as well as standing or sitting, looking down at your paper, because it really does give a different experience, and you may enjoy one over the other more, or in different situations use one or the other. But that is definitely a thing you want to try, and it's very simple to just flip the head and look forward and try it in a whole nother way.